Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as the Commonwealth continues to face a shortage of teachers, one Eastern Kentucky program makes it one of its missions to help fill the gaps. And the Kentucky Blood Center fights back against a blood shortage that's also been plaguing the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday and it's almost 5 o'clock here. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. And Brandon, it's kind of, well, warmish outside, mild. I guess that's how you'd say it. I didn't wear my jacket in this morning.
Exactly. Today, though, is it. Because after today, that cold front goes by and we start to slide back.
We were spoiled.
Exactly. So today is it. Warm weather fans, after this, we're going to be seeing again some cooler air back into play. It's going to get a reminder of what month it actually is, what season it actually is. All right, this morning the rain is back. No severe weather, some heavy pockets out there this morning. We did let our first alert weather day go because the models did not look too impressive with this part of the system. But again, it's still here this morning. Thankfully, by lunchtime or just after, it should be gone. So we'll keep an eye on that and keep you posted as we get a little bit deeper into the day. But the heavier pockets of rain down near the Kentucky-Tennessee borders and then back over into parts of central Kentucky as well this morning. Temperatures, welcome back, Pikeville and Harlan. Back 61, both those, but we lost Logan and Manchester. Middlesboro, Monticello still out this morning, but Manchester is an outside sensor, so again, that's not an airport sensor, but Logan is. Hopefully they can get all of those back online. Be nice to see all those, but 50s and 60s out there again this morning, similar to yesterday, but yesterday before the morning news ended, we had a 70-degree reading out into Somerset, so it's been a wild, active day. And then things have calmed down this morning. Iced coffee type day as you're heading out the door. Some rain showers this morning. Again, maybe some rumbles of thunder, but I do think the severe threat has ended. Just stay weather aware, just in case. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Harlan community members, Harlan Boys Choir alumni, and many others gathered yesterday to sing a few final songs for the man who taught most of them to love music. Harlan Boys Choir co-founder David Davies was laid to rest. He was surrounded by countless people he impacted through his teaching, his coaching, or his choir directing. But for many, he was more than just those things. He was also a mentor and a role model.
He was like a father to most. I didn't have a father. My dad died before I was 4 years old. I mean, we learned so much from him. He basically taught us how to be decent young men.
Harlan Independent Schools choral director Marilyn Schrader says she knows Davies has joined the Heavenly Choir, and knowing him, he's probably directing it. Well, across the country and here in Kentucky, there's been a decline in teachers and an increased demand for educators across the state. The Leslie County Area Technology Center started a new teaching and learning program in hopes of training its own instructors.
It's known that there's not been a lot of people entering into the teaching profession. It's been on the decrease, and so we're now realizing that, and so we wanted to offer that to our students here.
Well, right now the program has about 40 students, and those with the program say they are expecting it to continue growing. Well, the Commonwealth is also facing a blood shortage, and the Kentucky Blood Center is fighting back. Well, it's hosting several mobile blood drives to ring in the new year across the state and here in our region. Kentucky Blood Center officials say it's all about offering as many options as possible and saving more lives.
Look, if you want to donate blood, I can guarantee you there is a drive in your area coming up in the next couple of weeks that you can get to. So we just want to give folks as many options as we can.
On Friday, the Kentucky Blood Center's Blood Mobile will be here at WYMT from 3 to 7 p.m. For more information, you can visit our website. Well, prayers are pouring in from across the country for Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. Well, the 24-year-old collapsed in Monday's night game against the Bengals at Cincinnati. Medical crews rushed to his aid, giving him CPR for at least 9 minutes. And using an AED, the game was postponed. Hamlin is receiving treatment at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, but he's still listed in critical condition. Millions were shocked after Monday night's incident. Kelsey Soto talked with health and sports experts about what happened and how you at home can cope with what unfolded.
It seemed like a routine hit in Monday night's NFL game between the Bills and Bengals, but it quickly turned into a medical emergency.
It's that very split second, almost like a perfect storm of events, if you want to call it that caused the aftermath.
Dr. Mark Comier is an associate professor of sports psychology at UK and watched the NFL's emergency action plan unfold on live TV.
What we saw yesterday, even in during the 10 minutes, which was just seemed like it lasted forever. But I think we also saw with the response was a very human element. And I think the human element took precedent in this situation.
Players and fans stood in horror. Some hit their knees to pray, others consoled one another as they awaited any sort of news or update.
Technically, in our medical training, when a person has a cardiac arrest and their heart stops beating, then they have passed away. So when you jump in and you intervene, you're bringing a person back to life.
Dr. Mary Shepard is with UK Healthcare and tells me 90% of cardiac arrests that happen lead to a fatality, and 46% of bystanders perform CPR. She says she'd like to see more lifesavers trained and prepared to act, as well as increased accessibility to AEDs.
So it is critical that we increase that incidence of people who are comfortable performing CPR from 46. And to my opinion, my goal would be 100%.
She tells me those are seconds and moments a person can never get back. And the quicker their heart restarts, the better the outcome. It's a skill that could never go to waste and could mean a world of difference to a patient in distress. In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
Well, thank you so much for getting your Wednesday morning started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, people on board a Delta Airlines jet experience an icy landing in Minnesota after taking off from a much warmer location. We'll have that story.
And rain chances continue this morning, but they will start to wrap up by this afternoon. I'll have the latest in about 3 minutes.